All right, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Wa Akwa, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity to the video through the Spirit. Your brother Malak from GMS Detroit. And I had to use this picture. It's from one of the good brothers out there in Chicago. You know, hey, Shalom. Hey, you know who you are. Matter of fact, his name is written right there on the bottom right-hand corner. So you studious brothers, can you pronounce it? With this lesson right here, y'all, I'm gonna combine two lessons together that I wanted to do actually. Firstly, dealing with the ideology of manifest destiny and the role that it played in this country being established. The idea that which we'll go to it on Google. You know, it's going to do a good job of explaining it. The mindset that the frontiersmen, right, the colonizers, the conquistadors, the conquerors, the mindset that they had when they were slaughtering everything in front of their path to have authority over this land. And now, centuries later, we are seeing the effects of this country, of it being a world power and pushing its vibration throughout the world. We now see that the world has been left in absolute ruin, and it is all biblical prophecy. All right, a nation in the end times that would stand up and have massive influence over the minds of the people worldwide. All right, similar in fashion to the way that a woman, in particular a harlot, can use the looks of her face, or should I say, the beauty of her face and the voluptuousness of her body to lure in men and bend them to her will. Right? Parabolic. Mystery Babylon, the world's nastiest girl, is Babylon getting hotter. Right? And now, whether you like Edomite women or not, right? Do a color palette swap. You know, for Jake that get offended. The way this woman is shaped, any nigga on earth would be happy, right? And now spiritually, this place, it sounds good on paper. It looks good from the outside. But when you open it up, you find out that it's a dirty, used, defiled creature. And if you join unto it, you yourself will be defiled. The same way that if you see what you thought was a sweet gal, and when you really get to know her, see she has a history worse than a sewer, a manhole in the middle of Manhattan, a manhole literally. All right, so let's start. Let's go look at what is manifest destiny. What type of mindset did Edom, the so-called white man, have when he was sweeping across the land? And these modern day anti-Christians, right? They don't like to combine the scriptures with the reality of the world that they live in. They want to live in a little bubble, Christianity over here, America over here, patriotism. Well, in order to be patriotic about this country, you have to full-fledged accept all the massacring and murder that came along with it. All right, manifest destiny, it says, was the idea that the United States was destined to expand westward across the North and American continent and spread democracy and capitalism. And it's not the only thing they spread. All right, and the famous image that you see is that right there, the giant white woman, blonde hair, flying across the sky. And it's no coincidence. You know what? Let's go to Revelation to start, because we're going to be in this chapter for a minute in particular. The whore that rides upon the beast. Who is it? And how coincidental this country would choose to represent itself in such a format? It's as almost if it fits. Revelation 17, I'm going to start at I'll start at verse 1. It says, "And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Right. We know that the whore is America. The Roman Empire revived the final stronghold of Edom that has the power over the world by way of the beast. What is the beast? EU, NATO, right? The military monster, along with these American fucks, military that goes around bullying and forcing its laws and lifestyle upon everybody throughout the planet, right? And the end of verse 1, it says, upon many waters, the peoples. The waters represents the peoples. We learn that later on down the line. Verse 2 says, with whom the kings of the earth hath committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of fornication, right? So, deals, treaties, trades, right? All of the dealings that the nations had with this country to build themselves up. After time, the mentality, the lifestyle, the culture, and customs of America begins to wrestle and wear on the minds of its people of these different countries. And now the rulers are starting to be mad. They want to reject the very ideologies, the very country that helped make them rich and powerful, because it's breaking down their inhabitants through, all kinds of debaucherous acts. If y'all still remember that Persian bitch who hopped on that pole and threw it in a circle, right? She wouldn't have done that 300 years ago. Where did she learn it from? You guessed it. Says, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Right, we know the woman is America, the beast, EU, NATO, right, 10 horns. Originally the EEC, European Economic Community, and back in the Roman era, the 10 vassal states of Rome, right? Which the EEC, it turned into 20 some plus nations, obviously, right? Esau, he tries to run from prophecy as much as he can, but all he does is fulfill it anyway. Verse 4 says, the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. Right. So we see that this woman, she is gracefully adorned. She has costly things on her, right? She's been using her body and her beauty to succor the tricks so she can deck herself out. And now when we're going to keep going, the next verse, what is it going to call her? And upon her head was a name, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. That's exactly what America is, the most defiled and decrepit place on the face of the earth. Here you can come and do anything to your heart's desire, no matter how wicked, no matter how blasphemous, no matter how debaucherous, no matter the repercussions. It's promoted here, it's allowed, given authority. All right, and ultimately, as we're going to see in the next verse, I'm going to save it, we're going to go back. What is this whore? How has she been occupying herself? All right, so let's come back. So we get all those verses just to show you how that whore has dominance over the world through its dealings, right? It's captivated the minds of these people. And this mentality is what these devils had in the back of their head, as they were sweeping and burning down villages, chopping up babies, bayoneting folk, shooting them down, setting up railroads, killing, murdering bison, keeping it going. Manifest Destiny. Sorry y'all for my voice, I'm sick. I have to pause a lot to talk. Says Manifest Destiny was used to justify the forced removal. How about massacring? Let's not say forced removal. Let's keep it real. All right, of Native Americans and other groups, Southern Kingdom as well. Right, all Northern and Southern Kingdom were pressed together says in other groups from their homes. The rapid expansion of the United States also intensified the issue of slavery, which led to the Civil War. Right. So we see that for this country to expand, both our peoples, both kingdoms had to be heavily oppressed. And this is the reality of this country that the Christians don't want to deal with. You wouldn't not have been able to sit in a classroom under John D. Rockefeller's institutionalized General Board of Education classroom to learn English to even speak had not this process happened of your ancestors in this country slaughtering everything, even the fucking grass. They don't like to deal with that reality. This is the dirty past of this country. And let me get this real quick. You type in Columbia pictures, and what do you see? The woman, right? The harlot, a white woman, Edomite woman, adorned, holding up the light. You know, it's no coincidence. This is the imagery Esau Edom chose to erect for his country. The so-called white man. Why? Because you are the Edomites. You fulfill the prophecies of the red horse in Revelation 6. You fulfill, as we're just reading Revelation 17, the whore that rides upon the beast. You are the nation that has the most influence throughout the world, the nation whom, if people don't bow down and kiss your feet, you drop bombs on them. You make them suffer. You are the nation lauded up and held as the standard of fucking humanity. Right? America is the best place on earth. But come to find out, you're a demon. Verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. Right? And this puts it all together. What has she been drunk with? The blood of the saints. Who are the saints? The Israelites. Northern and southern kingdom are pressed together. Where? In mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. You can't make this shit up. So it's no coincidence that they were erecting, all this imagery to represent this place, because it fits spiritually. The Heavenly Father had him do it. All right, and we see that in order for this country to get established, she drank our blood. You know what? Killed us, murdered us. Lost many lives in this place. Verse 7, it says, And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and the 10 horns. Right, 7 heads. Right, Germania Major, Minor, Greece, Rome, Spain, French, British. 10 horns we already went over. But we see that this woman, she was something to marvel at a distance, but when you find out she's really a demon. This is America. At a distance, it's a glorious place, right? You get on the internet, what do you see? Instagram, the models, the cars, Vin Diesel back in the day, right? Tesla cars, right? You can go to sleep, car drive you down the road, but they didn't tell you about all the permits you have to get. They didn't tell you that if you're darker than a brown paper bag, you might get your dome split open. They didn't tell you that, your child might come here and be a boy and then all of a sudden decide to become a woman and chop its Johnson off and never produce children and your lineage dies. These are all the things mixed and mashed in this place. And everyone's lured in by the appearance, the same way that a man is lured in by the appearance of a fucking harlot. And when he goes home burning and yearning, he's going to realize he might have made a fatal mistake. All right, let me get another one. Second Esdras. Further proof that this place has been made drunken with our blood. They slaughtered us. They butchered us. That's a part of the way that they gained their power. Not only through trade with the nations, but through slaughtering the Israelites, captivating us, subjugating us. Let me get that. Wow. Whoa. Hold up. Was that out of Maccabees? What was that? Wow, this is a good one. I didn't even mean to. This is way out the way, but it fits. And this is going back to the Greeks, right? Um, which were Edomites when we were being oppressed back in the time of the Maccabees. It says, the flesh of thy saints have they cast out, and their blood have they shed round about Jerusalem, and there was none to bury them. Who was being killed? Israelites. Further proof that the saints are who? Israelites. Right there. I didn't even mean to come across that one. I'm getting something else out of the Apocrypha, but right there, who are the saints? The Israelites. Uh, blood. I'm sorry, y'all. Sidetrack, a little side quest, but we still getting the experience. Where's it at? Second Esdras. Yeah, 15. Yep, that's it. Okay. I just want to double check. Yep, Second Esdras 15. 8. It says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among men, from among them. Right. Now this talking about everybody in general. Well, we're gonna see who is this revenge gonna be focused at. Who are the people being oppressed, and who are the people oppressing them? Verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and I will destroy all the land thereof. What is Egypt today? America. What does Egypt represent to the Israelites? Bondage. All right, we're in the time of Esdras, were the Hebrews being oppressed by the actual Egyptians? And no, we were literally in the Persian Mede captivity in the time of Esdras. This is future prophecy that he's seeing. Remember, end times. The flock being slaughtered is the Israelites. The Egyptians today is Edom. We are back in Matazarium, double straits. And Esau is making himself drunk with our blood, taking our lives unjustifiably. And that's a part of him holding power over us. That's one of his necessary key elements. He has to have the Israelites oppressed, which is why these Christians who come up against us, subconsciously, whether they realize it or not, the reason that they fight so hard against us, we have to remain down. For these nations to remain up, for the whore to ride upon the beast, right? They have to be, they all are in unison of oppressing a particular people. What people is that? You and me. Revelation 11. Who was being traded back and forth? Revelation 11 and 9. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues of the nations. So even though the heathen, they're angry from the drink that America has made them drink. They're starting to reject the fornication that they've been involved in. They still rather be in league with Edom than to, help us. So all in all of the heathens we're gonna get revenge on all of them, but mainly and especially Esau, Edom, the whore, because she's at the helm. So Revelation 11 and 9, it says, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. So the heathen saw us in our broken estate, 3 days and a half, 350 years, our time of captivity here in Babylon, 1619, 1969. Nobody helped us. Ishmael didn't. Moab, Ammon, Ham, Japhet. As much as they themselves might not like being under Edom, they rather be under him than be under us. Nobody taught us the truth. Nobody came to redeem us. We were left in a broken estate. Verse 10. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them, and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth. All right, so what were the gifts being traded? Us, you and me, slaves. Southern kingdom and northern kingdom, literally, our bodies. We could go to Joel the third chapter for that. So coming back here, just letting y'all see it. Hey, so it's a good picture. It's a good representation. All right. It looks good on the outside, but within it's full of all wickedness. And that's America to a T. This place, the idea of, as a woman, I can be strong and independent. I can do whatever I want. I don't need no man. It sounds good on paper, boo boo, don't it? Until you hit about 38 and you going to sleep cold and lonely every night. And them little rugrats is running around and they don't know who their father is. It sounded good on paper, right? It sounded good on paper. You was coming here to be a Hollywood star. Then you get called into that room with Harvey Weinstein, and he wants you to put some Barbasol on him in places you're not comfortable. Right? It sounds good on paper, the same way that a harlot looks good at a distance. She whispering them sweet nothings, and when she gets you in her grips, she fucking destroys you. All right, so that's about it, y'all. We give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim wa Akwa, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Shalom.